I think it's certainly true that we can't be wedded to the old ways or the status quo. I think that Democrats have been slow to understand the changes in how people get their information, slow to understand some of the cultural changes that have been happening, and maybe most problematic of all, too attached to a status quo that has been failing us for a long time.
Okay, that was Mayor Pete sounding the alarm for Democrats. This comes as the party is desperately battling Republicans for a redistricting edge in reliable blue states like California. Here to react is Republican candidate for California Governor Steve Hilton. Steve, they say they're in response to what they're trying to do in Texas. Republicans are trying to squeeze out some more Republican districts in Texas. Can they do that in California?
It is absolutely outrageous that Gavin Newsom is trying to do this in California. Even today, the electoral districts in California are totally gerrymandered in Democrats' favor. We voted in California in 2008 for independent redistricting. The Democrats hijacked that. So now, for 40% of the vote in California, Republicans only have 17% of the House seats. Gavin Newsom wants to make it even worse so that Republicans have just 7% of the House seats for 40% of the vote. It's unconstitutional because the California Constitution says you can only change the districts once every 10 years. It's illegal because we have this independent so-called districting process. And so I've made it clear, if he tries to go ahead with this, I'm going to block it. I'm going to file a lawsuit. We're going to get an injunction. It can't happen. I won't let it happen. And by the way, when I'm governor, we're going to restore the integrity of the independent districting process. What that means is we'll have fair representation in California. That will mean another 12 Republican House seats from California. That is a game changer for national politics.
So when Mayor Pete went on to say, you know, when we went over there in 2021, we wanted to restore the institutions that they say Donald Trump broke. But it turns out the America didn't like those institutions. And when he came back, the president is moving these Washington bureaus out of D.C. He's cutting new trade deals with our enemies and our allies. And he's also making demands of our allies, hence NATO. In order for us to watch their back, they have to do their part. So he's realizing that the American people are okay with all this. So therefore, they're left without a message.
Well, that's exactly the point, Brian. So honestly, this statement from Mayor Pete has got to be one of the most empty and idiotic things I've ever heard from a politician. He's saying, we don't like what Trump's doing, but we don't like what was there before. But what's his plan? He's got nothing to offer. What's his plan to tame inflation like President Trump has done? President Trump is restoring fairness to global trade for the first time in decades. What's the Democrats' plan? President Trump's bringing manufacturing jobs back. What's the Democrats' plan for that? Trump just laid out a plan to win the AI race, incredibly important for our future. What have the Democrats got to say about that? Absolutely nothing. Honestly, the Democratic Party's basically become a total joke. Mayor Pete looks like he's the punchline.
But it's just so interesting that Silicon Valley is reported for duty in Washington to work for Trump because of the regulations and guardrails and restrictions that this cutting-edge Democratic Party put on that industry, crypto as well as AI. And the new old social media companies that work so hard against Republicans are saying, well, we're opening up our eyes now.
Exactly, and I'd add to that, Brian, the energy aspect. This is huge. You can't achieve anything we need to achieve for the future without massive expansion in our energy capacity. That's so important. On day one, President Trump declared an energy emergency so that we could start investing in the power generation that we need for the future. Democrats are against all of that because of their ridiculous extreme climate agenda. So yet again, they've got nothing constructive to offer in the face of a president who's just getting everything done on a scale we've never seen before.
He just passed an executive order, signed an executive order to get rid of the encampments and get homeless people into institutions. You guys have spent, out in California, not you, over $20 million, $1 billion, trying to get the homeless problem solved. And they haven't even touched it. And now Trump has got to fix it. And then when it comes to energy, they used to try to neutralize Republicans by saying you're being irresponsible with oil and gas. And now people are saying we need all of it, including coal. as well. And forget about windmills. You heard the president talk about windmills a lot over the last few days.
Well, he's so right. I mean, this is what's so extraordinary about this presidency, is he's moving forward so strongly on every single issue. I mean, I could add to that the executive order that was barely even reported from a few weeks ago on our forests and how we can revive our timber industry, manage wildfire risk, and create jobs and reduce construction costs because we're using our own timber instead of shipping it in, importing it from Canada. So on every issue, he's moving forward. And the Democrats are just left thinking, well, what have we got to offer? Absolutely nothing.
Yeah, just grab an issue and let me know what you think instead of just playing defense and vilifying President Trump. Steve Hilton, best of luck. He's running for governor, and right now he's leading the polls.
Thanks, Brian. Good to see you.
Steve Hilton, thank you so much.
I'm Steve Doocy.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.